My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 222. In this lecture, we will try to understand loading Mnist data set. We already discussed about this particular data set in my previous lecture, that is lecture number 221. Now, in this lecture, we will see how to load a Mnist dataset into IPython notebook. IPython notebook. We will try to understand not only that one, and how to do basic visualization. This is basic visualization that you must understand. How to do basic visualization of this particular data set. It is not high dimensional visualization. This is just basic visualization. We are getting this data from Kaggle. We already discussed about this particular website many times. It's a Kaggle website. Kaggle is a phenomenal repository of great data sets. We spent a lot of time on the data sets which are available in this particular I can say in this particular website. Now, in this lecture, we will try to understand a data set known as digit recognizer. That is our Mnist data set, which is available in Kaggle.com. This is called digit recognizer data set on Kaggle, and it has two data sets. Just if you go to this particular website, you have two data sets. One is test.csv and another one is train.csv. You can download this particular data sets from this particular website. What is the CSV? We already discussed many times about this particular CSV file. What is your CSV file? It is basically, I can say, comma separated values. That is our CSV abbreviation. For simplicity, I can say if I have a table like this, let me assume this is my table in which I have feature 1, feature 2, feature 3. Means there are 3 columns. My first row 1 is 10, 20, 30. My row 2 is 40, 50, 60. How can I represent this particular file in the form of CSV file? How can I represent? Just see, these values must be separated by comma, isn't it? Then I can say that is CSV file. Each value like this, each value must be separate. If they are separated by comma, I can say these are comma separated values file. Just now we will try to understand these files in Jupyter Notebook. Before going into that one, just try to recall how each digit is represented. For example, just try to recall if there is a digit, we have scanned images or images of handwritten digits, isn't it? Each digit is represented by 28 rows and 28 columns. What does it mean? Here you have 28 pixels, here you have 28 pixels. Means 28 by 28. As I told you, how many entries do you have here? 28 by 28 means you will have 784. Just I am recalling my previous lecture. There are 784 pixel values, isn't it? This one is I represented as a column vector either by using row flattening or by using column flattening. You can represent as this one as what I have to write. This first row I must write here. For example, if it is something like 1, 2, 3, 4, I must write 1, 2, 3, 4. If your second row is 5, 6, 7, I must write 5, 6, 7. Like this, I need not repeat. We know how to represent this entire 28 by 28 matrix into column vector. What is the column vector size? 784 by 1. Isn't it? There are 784 rows and 1 column. Let me say this is xi. If it is xi, what is your xi transpose? Your xi transpose is a row vector. means for each digit I will get one row vector. For example, if there are 60,000 data set size is 60, you will get 60,000 rows. In this particular data file, I have 42,000 images of my training data. Let me say my training data is having 42. Therefore, you will for each image there are some zeros, there are some ones, there are some twos, there are some threes, till there are some nines. There are 0 to 9 digits. For each zero, you have one image. No, you have zero. Maybe one may be written like this, one may be written like this, one may be written in different format. One might have written, isn't it? Therefore, for each image, you have one row vector. How many images in this your training.csv? You have 42,000 images. Each image is corresponding to one row, isn't it? And apart from this one, you can always have label. 0 is a label, 1 is a label, 2 is a label. How many labels do we have? We have labels 0 to 9. Means in your data file, in your training.csv file, first column is label column, second column is pixel 0, third column is, this is first column, second column, third column is pixel 1, till what will you get? Pixel 0 to pixel 783 you will have. Means pixel 0 to pixel 783 means this is feature 1, this is feature 2, this is feature 784. 0 to 7, there are 784 features. Apart from that one, you can have labels. As I told you, your labels is 0 to 9. This is the format of this file. I already discussed in my previous lecture. Each pixel is treated as a file. This is a data set which has got 784 dimensions. We will try to understand same thing in your Jupyter notebook. Let me go to Jupyter notebook so that you can understand. Just let me move to my Jupyter notebook. Just see, this is loading Mnist dataset. As I told you, this one is my website. This is www.kaggle.com, the digit recognizer one, this one. And this one is import number. Let me run this code. By the time I will explain, just see, it's star means it's executing, it's running. Import numpy as np, import pandas as pd, import matplotlib. All these libraries I discussed many times in my previous lectures. This pd.read_csv. This one also I discussed many times. Just train.csv file. I am keeping this train.csv file in an object d0. Let me say d0. D0 is an object in which you have train.csv file. D0 head 5 means first 5 rows we are displaying. Just see the first 5 rows, how it is displaying. What it says. Just see this one. Just see an output. What it says: 5 rows and 785 columns. Actually, there are 784 columns. Because of label, we are getting 785 columns. Just see, what is this first column name? In this particular one is label. My second column name is pixel 0, pixel 1, till you will get pixel 784. Just see, sorry, this is pixel 783. Why? Because there's 0 to 783 means 784 pixels, and one more column, label column, there are 785 columns. Head 5 means just first 5 rows I am displaying, nothing more than that, isn't it? Now, what I'm checking shape command, which is a basic command which we have seen many times. D.shape. What is my D? What is my L? We will try to understand. My D and D0 is original data file. This just say D. What is D? What is L? L means D0 is original data file, that is train.csv, which is having this label column. That label column I am collecting in a variable known as L. Now from here onwards, this L will have my label column. What is my label column here? This is first column is label column. Now, after collecting label column in a variable L, now I am dropping this one. How can I drop? D0 is my original data file. Drop label. I am dropping label column from this particular data set. Axis equal 1 means that particular column will be dropped. In D, you have a data file without label column. This label I already collected in L. You must understand, L is having label column. D is having a data file without label. Therefore, now what am I doing here? D dot shape means there are 42,000 rows and 784 columns. D is a data frame without first column, without label column. L dot shape means L dot shape means what? This is only label column I kept in L, that is 42,000 labels. For each data point, I must have corresponding label. How many training data points? Here I am taking 42,000 training points. Each training data point have corresponding label, isn't it? Therefore, in L, as I stored labels, you can have 42,000 labels. As I told you repeatedly, each training data point has got corresponding label. This fixed size, I discussed many times about this fixed size. IDX equal to 100. D dot iLook, I already discussed look and iLook. IDX, I am collecting 100 index data and I am reshaping into 28 by 28. This is I am storing in a reshaping from 1D to 2D pixel array. That you must understand. 1D to 2D pixel. That's a reshape command. pld.imshow in matplotlib, there is a imshow image show function and grid underscore data. I collected this 100 index data and I reshaped into 28 by 28 two-dimensional array, and I am C map means color map is gray color. Interpolation, this I already discussed in my previous lectures what is interpolation, but I will spend few time on interpolation. Just plt.show means this particular image will get displayed. Apart from image, just I am printing that number also. You see, in L what I have? In L I have labels, isn't it? Label column. I collected a column label. IDX means 100. L of IDX means what? L of 100. In that label column, in 100 index, that's what it says. In label column, there is 100 index. Just I must check at 100 index which digit is available. That's what I am printing, isn't it? Just I am displaying image as well as number also. Just see, in 100 column that number 9 is available. With imshow I am able to display this 9 digit. With print L IDX, with that print I am printing this number 9. What does it mean? In 100 index I have number 9, isn't it? You can make different experiments. For example, if you want to visualize a number which is stored in 150, if you want to display in 150, what's happening? Just see, this 3, number 3. This is print, but with imshow, this is 3. I am displaying this 3, isn't it? This is simple way of visualizing data in my Mnist data set. On this Mnist data set, as I told you in my previous lecture, this data set is it is also some, as I told you, iris data set is one of the hello world type data set. In similar manner, this data set is also very important data set. We will make use this data set repeatedly. This data set is very important. Just we have seen how to load this particular data set in your Jupyter notebook. I already discussed about one data set, that is iris data set. Now I discussed about this Mnist data set. These two data sets are just like hello world type data sets. These are basic data sets to learn about data science. People in data science or machine learning, I can say, in data science we will use more oftenly these two data sets. That's why I discussed how to load this particular data set in your IPython notebook, and after loading, how to visualize. Simple visualization, it's not advanced visualization. We will discuss how to visualize things in more advanced manner in my future classes. Thank you very much.